Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Capricorn for the month of September 2021. So before we begin, I'd like to welcome everyone, and especially anyone who's new to the Angel School community for the very first time. And I would just like to highlight a few things that will be occurring on the channel for this month, especially some new things. So the first thing is, if you haven't watched it yet, for the first time I've done a monthly angel reading for September 2021. And I would advise you to pause and go watch that first so you have that general information and understand the general overview of the energies that we'll be working with in this month. And then come back to this video and watch your specific message for your zodiac sign for the month. Also, I'd just like to make you aware as well that for the month of September, my special offer, Angel Reading, which is my half-hour, $77 reading, has been extended for 1 full hour since the pandemic began. So you can get that special offer, if that suits your needs, on my website, theangelschool.com/services. That link will be below in this video as well. I'll also try to create a link for the monthly video. And when you go to my website, going back to that, you would just select the half-hour reading as it's normally written there. And then within 24 hours on the first business day, I will send you a confirmation email noting that special offer, Angel Reading. And all the instructions you need are there within that video. And last thing I like to go over is the format of this reading, so especially if you're new. So the card on the left will represent the Major Arcana and a message from your Archangel that you'll be working with for the month. And this Major Arcana deals with the major lessons, themes, energies, and influences that you might be seeing in your life, or the major lesson that you feel like that's been, you're working with. The card on the right is a message from your guardian angel, and this is a very interesting, because I just had sort of an encounter through my own daily card draws. And I was working with Kyle Gray's Angel Guide deck, and I pulled the card Guardian Angel. And I realized that I don't focus enough on that relationship. And so it's very interesting to really try to, well, for me, what blocks me from doing that. And I this is my own personal share and my own personal experience, and other people may have a completely different, but I feel like because your guardian angel has been with you since the conception of your soul. That's a long time, right? So it's almost like I have never had one, but I guess the best way to think of it is like having an animal companion that was there when you were born, and has always just kind of been around you and loves you unconditionally, and that's your best friend in a way, but also it's your conscience, meaning it's judging you, but it's always holding you, making you aware of your potential. And sometimes if we don't trust ourselves, or trust our intuition, or maybe we kind of resist that dynamic or push it away. So this is something to really pay attention to really um, really make this connection with your guardian angels. I'm happy that in this reading, these readings, we're able to do that. And so the cards will come from the Minor Arcana, and will hopefully show us when they deal with the day-to-day interactions and events that go on in your life. And I like to see that they will display more in a way that you can digest and work with the bigger energies. So it's showing you how that is playing out in your life, the bigger energies in the day-to-day, and certain events in your life. And the card is also hoping to give you some divine prescriptions or advice about how to work with the major theme or lessons that you're working with. Okay, so let's take a deep breath and really focus in on your heart center. And just breathe into that loving space of beautiful light. And feel your heart chakra as you give this attention to it. Everything is expanding. Your aura, as your heart is enveloping all around you and embracing you in the love of the universe. And this is a great way to wake up first thing in the morning, is to just place your attention to the love center and receive an embrace from your angels, your guardian angel, and God, particularly the love of God. And I just feel such a peace coming around you, Capricorns, as you do this. And I feel like there's a need for you to really open your heart more, to really sort of make those connections so that everything that you're doing in terms of the things that you're doing in your outer world and your outer reality is connecting you to your true divine purpose. And it feels as though there's many things that you're able to, you're very capable at manifesting, and just in your affairs, you're very capable. But what they would love for you to is just embrace your heart more. Don't be afraid to open up and really embrace your heart more, and to let your heart be what fuels your capabilities and your goals. And they wrote the word costume. I was going to ignore it, but I guess we can't, right? Because that's not what I'm here to do. And it feels like with a costume, it feels like there's a role that you feel like you're playing, and I just saw the word corrupt. Now, I'm not saying that what you're doing is corrupt, but you might be noticing something that is, or it may be that you are becoming aware of not only your own costume, but the costumes that others are wearing, maybe in your professional life. You see these costumes. And corrupt, I know it sounds like a harsh word, but you notice it as if it was a virus, corrupting or contaminating a program. And so, you're starting to see where the integrity is lacking. And I don't think it's intentional corruption. I think it's just, like, again, it's like somebody's walking around sick and they don't really know it. And you might start to be aware of this. And it might bother you. And the word I'm just seeing is alignment, meaning that it's helping you, because you can't change other people and you can't change the system, but where you can start is with yourself. And it might be causing you to really think about your own alignment and to focus in on what's important to you spiritually. What might give you more freedom in some of the challenges that you find yourself in, or having to negotiate. And there's a responsibility, is the word I'm seeing, that comes with this awareness. And this is what is sort of giving you the sense of needing to make certain changes. You know, it's almost like I feel like you might just stop, and one way you might approach something, where the way you might have approached it before, you realize that you can approach it from a different angle, or there's a better way to approach things. I'm saying the word speech, maybe in the way that you express yourself. And so these little alterations will help for you to deprogram those bugs, those corrupt files in the processor of your thinking and perceptions. Okay, so let's take a look at the card, and it's the Archangel Jophiel. So her name means the beauty of God, and I feel like, and also she's the angel of wisdom. And so what I feel like is that you're reaching the end of I don't want to say a cycle, but you're reaching the end of some point in your life where this is going, like, it's like growing up, okay? And you're no longer going to be the same again. You're no longer going to, do things the way you've been doing them. You're going to really have some significant changes in your life, and you're ready to turn the page. They wrote the word vulnerable. So there's going to be some vulnerability around this, and they're emphasizing it by saying yes for you. There's going to be some vulnerability around this, because it's kind of not it's sort of exposing yourself. It's like you're stepping out of your well-groomed practices, is the sense that's coming to me. And that's going to be quite a challenge to you as you try to maintain that sense of control. I thought I saw seeing the word incomplete, or it may even feel like incompetence to you. You might be judging or criticizing it in this way, and that's what's going to make it difficult. But what you have to do is follow your heart. The responsibility to your heart is just as important as your well-groomed practice, rather. So your world is going to have some huge changes in it that's really going to reshape, redefine your reality. And that's what's coming up. And so call upon Archangel Jophiel to imbue you with profound wisdom. And when you call upon Archangel Jophiel, he touches your crown chakra with a pale yellow energy, as the fifth dimensional crown chakra is pale yellow. And this chakra is also aligned with the planet Uranus. So that means that there's, when you interact with this archangel, it's like you're going to have a completely sudden, sparks of inspiration, unpredictable shifts in reality and changes. So be aware of those. When you call upon her, be aware that it will be like lightning striking in terms of aha moments. And this is where those shifts in your reality will really take hold. All right, and so your guardian angel's message is to you, and this is a card of competition. It's not really like the idea of, what's that phrase, like a dog fight, where people backstab and do all kinds of things to win. Now, this is about a healthy competition, and that brings out the reason why do we do these kind of things. We have races and things. Well, this helps to test our skills. It tests us on so many levels, and it brings out better qualities than we realize that we had. And so our training prepares us to meet the requirements, but the competition inspires, and in that inspiration, it brings out so much more than we thought we were capable of. And so, and the thing about it is, the more that you enter competitions, the better you get at this. So it's the same thing for interviewing for a job. It's quite interesting that we can sit around and wonder and panic, but when we just jump right in and do something, that's where we get the real world experience. And I feel like, it might be a little scary for you to turn that page in your life, or turn out the chapter. But once you jump in, you're going to be feel vulnerable, but you're going to be pleasantly challenged. And it is when you'll really be able to grow. So if you're afraid of implementing some of your ideas, changing from those well-curated practices that you have, you won't find out just how well they will perform until you jump in and implement them. All right? So for this month, that is where you will be, is that you will find yourself shifting, changing approach, and trying those things out. And they may not work on that first go, but as you keep putting yourself out there, entering the field of your choice, and getting out there in the competition, you will figure out how to refine this, and you'll be back at that pristine level that you're an exquisite level of ability that you are used to. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful month of September, Capricorns.